Oh, that's what I'm talking about. What's up, everybody, and welcome to my review of the first episode of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, an upcoming Disney Plus series that is focusing on, of course, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier after Captain America has left his mantle. This is actually coming out on Friday, so if you're watching this, you got one more day to wait, and then you can join in on the fun and let me know down below what you thought of this episode. This was my most anticipated of the Disney Plus MCU series. I love Captain America as a character. I love his trilogy of films, and like I've said numerous times on this channel, if you are a loyal subscriber, Captain America the Winter Soldier is probably my favorite comic book movie of all time. I absolutely love that movie. And with all of the announced different shows and different characters and all the different directions that we're going with the MCU, this was the one where I was like, I know I'm gonna love that and I want it now. Give it to me now. Well, I've seen the first episode. I'm gonna tell you what I liked about it, what I'm concerned about, what I expect from this show. It will be 100% spoiler free, so don't worry if you're watching this ahead of time. I'm not gonna give any specifics, just gonna give generalities about what this show is doing right thus far. First and foremost, the action is kick-ass. There was about 3 different action sequences in this, one of which is with Falcon flying around, the other one is with the Winter Soldier, and then there's one about a side character kind of taking on what's presumably going to be one of the villains, if not the main villain of this series, and all 3 of them were really exciting for different reasons. One of the biggest things that I really loved about The Winter Soldier, the movie, is that it has some of the greatest action that I've ever seen, not just in a comic book movie, but just in a movie, period. It rivals a lot of the classic action movies. And so that was a big expectation that I had walking into this, is that even though it's a TV series, you better match the action that we saw in Winter Soldier and possibly even Civil War. And if this is any hint, we are in for a huge treat when it comes to the action sequences. I also love the fact that we get to dive more into these 2 characters. Now, we know quite a bit about Sam, we know quite a bit about Bucky, but they've always been more complementary characters to Captain America's story. They've always been there to more serve him and prop him up. They're very compelling characters, and of course, a lot of us love them, but we'll be honest, they've always been side characters. So now they get to take the focus. You get to find out more about how Sam is dealing with not having Captain America around, how he's dealing with life after the blip, where he comes back and he's been missing for 5 years. You get to see more about how he interacts with his family and explore some of those relationships. You move over into Winter Soldier, and he's trying to deal with no Captain America as well, who's always kind of been his rock, been the one that's, brought the humanity back from being the Winter Soldier, and he's kind of on this journey of trying to right the wrongs of the past. You got a very Bourne Supremacy feel from the little bit that we've gotten from him in this first episode, where he's trying to put together the pieces and trying to redeem himself to a certain degree. And I love the fact that even in this one episode, I feel like I got to know these 2 characters more than I have in all of the other movies that they've been in, and we still got, 7, 8 more episodes to go? There's also a great mystery element that they bring into this. Now, this is definitely going into the espionage side of mystery, not necessarily the really weird, trippy, mind-bending type mystery that we got in WandaVision. This is going for more, who's pulling the strings, who's the bad guy, is there double crosses, trying to figure out the identities of the bad guys. That's probably the mysteries that we're going to be going along through with this series. And just the little nuggets that we got of these question marks in this first episode, every single one of them, I'm already invested, I'm already enthralled, and I'm already totally on board for going along this story to figure out the answers to those questions. And that's not something that I could have said for WandaVision. I enjoyed that series very much, had my issues with the finale, didn't end up loving the whole thing as a whole, but it never really captivated me from the point of the beginning. It never really got me on board until about the middle of the show. This, 1 episode in, I'm on board. I'm strapped in. I'm ready for the rest. And finally, one of the biggest things that I really got out of this first episode, and I presume will probably be carried out throughout the rest of this series, is that I love the fact that they really dove into and put a focus on Captain America's impact on the world and on the MCU. We got a lot of that with Tony Stark, being that he made the ultimate sacrifice in Endgame. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen the biggest movie ever. But this really does dive into how important Captain America's presence was, how important his legacy was, how important his symbol of hope and his symbol of what is good meant to all of these people, and now what his absence does to them, and what it does to the world, what it does to America. And I love that because Captain America is my favorite character in the MCU, and as much as I love Tony Stark and as much as I understood kind of diving into the ripple effects of his sacrifice, Captain America did a lot too, almost just as much as Tony Stark, and I love the fact as a Captain America fan that they're really diving into the impact that he had as a character. It's always great, and it shows the strength of a character when you can have them be such a focus, such like this over-looming presence without ever showing him. Now, who knows? We might see Chris Evans. Who the hell knows? Disney Plus has pulled off a lot of surprises thus far, but even if we don't ever see Captain America again, just the way that they're able to make you feel his impact as a character without even showing him, that's some pretty powerful stuff. So overall, guys, I absolutely love this first episode. I am planning on doing reviews for every single one of these. This one's gonna be a little bit more vague. The other ones I'll be able to dive more into spoilers. I'll probably do full-on spoiler reviews. I don't think I'm gonna do 2 per episode, but thus far, I just want to build your guys' excitement, because if you're like me, if you've been really anticipating this show and hoping that it's going to be everything that you hope it is, and possibly even more. So what do you guys think about this first episode after you have seen it? I'm sure I'm going to get a lot more comments 24 hours from now. Let me know what your excitement is for this series, what your expectations are. Do you think we're going to have a lot of huge reveals, a lot of mystery, a lot of the same fan excitement and speculation that we got with WandaVision, or do you feel like this is going to be more of a straightforward, episodic espionage action show, which I'm fine with that, even if it is just that? Let me know down below what your thoughts are, guys. And as always, thank you for watching. Please like and share this video. Hit that subscribe button so that you can tag along with me and check out every single one of these reviews of each episode as they drop. I have a lot of other MCU as well as DC content if you like both, because awesome people like both. Check out all of that content as well. Thank you for watching, and as always, remember, opinions are like assholes, but that doesn't mean that you have to be.